In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, I talk to the stars of the brand new film Dogman, including Landry Jones and Jojo T. Gibbs. Plus, I talk to the amazing brothers of Black Oxygen, the great band with a brand new viral hit. Let's go!
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
Hello. Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeart. Of course, I am Kyle McMahon, and I am so happy that once again you are hanging out with me to discuss all things pop culture. We have a great show for you today with awesome interviews. I'm saying we, like there's a whole bunch of me. There's only me. I talk with Landry Jones and Jojo T. Gibbs. They star in the new film Dogman, which is a new film from Luc Besson, written by Luc. Insane movie. So Luc, if you, for some reason, don't know, is a French filmmaker behind such incredible films as La Femme Nikita, The Messenger, The Story of Joan of Arc, The Fifth Element, Lucy, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, Leon, The Professional, Taken with, Liam Neeson. He's got Dracula, A Love Tale coming up next, which I am really excited for. But his brand new film is Dogman. Dogman, it is insane, but like in a great way. So it's about this man, Doug, who's arrested while driving a truck full of dogs. And Doug is played by Landry Jones. You then meet Jojo T. Gibbs, who plays his psychiatrist, Evelyn, and she's sent to interrogate him. And then through flashbacks, he tells the story of his life, where he was a victim of... Anyway, it is batshit insane, and I love this movie. It's really, really great, and it is out, depending on when you listen to this, today. Well, I guess no matter when you've listened to it, it's out today. But it's well worth your time. So I talk with Caleb and Jojo from Dogman. And first up, I talk with the boys from Black Oxygen, David and Nick Lyle. They are brothers. They are incredible guys that you just want to hang out with them. David is singer, lead guitarist. Nick does drums, keyboards, obviously vocalist as well. They've released 3 studio albums and 1 EP so far, but they are currently making huge waves with their reimagining / cover of the classic song Butterfly originally from Crazy Town. The video on YouTube, which you can check out at the link in the show notes, has over 3 million views already. It is crazy. It's been at the top of the Apple charts. It's awesome. Really, really great song. I love it. And I love their videos, too. And they're very hands-on with everything that they do. So we're going to start out with the boys of Black Oxygen. Let's get it. What's up? Kyle McMahon here with iHeartRadio and Pop Culture Weekly. I am here with Black Oxygen, 2 brothers, David and Nick. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
We're happy to be here. Thank you for taking a care in our music.
Of course. So we're going to get into this single that's been blowing up, but I want to go back for a minute first, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
From what I know of you guys, you got your start with a kind of battle of the bands, right? That was kind of like what shaped the future for you. Is that right?
Yeah, we did a battle of the bands. We grew up in Kansas City. We lived here for 10 years. But we did a guitar competition that I won first place as well. And then there was a producer that got our music, flew us out to LA with Jamie Foxx in the studio. So got to really soak up the vibe, made a lot of music contacts and put out records of our own. And we got a many top Billboard hits And then we have a world famous first place barbecue sauce Wells in Walmart that came after the music. And yeah, we did this new butterfly, and that's a really cool story. And then like now things are taken off to a whole new level. I really appreciate that blessing. And now there's like all the major labels hitting us up for deals and stuff. So it's that, I guess you could say that's the nutshell of the career and start to tell today.
Well, and you've had what I think with your last album, 2019, you had a number one song on the rock charts, right?
Yeah, that was most added Billboard mainstream rock. There was even a song and video on there with a friend of ours, Tech Nine. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Video legend as well. And a lot of great collaborations. There was a video on that particular album, The Times of Our Lives, that a friend of ours, Danny Trejo, was in a short film out of one of the songs, Life is Beautiful, as well. So,
and he's amazing.
He's a legend. Yeah, he's cool. So there's been a lot of cool things. I mean, after we put that record out, the barbecue sauce came out with the Food Network chef stretch. So things have just taken the growth with just putting in the hard work, putting in the hours, and
pushing every day.
Pushing.
And I got to ask, how did the barbecue sauce come up? Like, how did that happen? That's so amazing.
We're from Kansas City, and it's a huge barbecue town. But basically, the owner of this restaurant, and he's a Food Network guy as well, his name's Stretch. He was a fan of our band, and he was liking our posts and stuff like that. So David hit him up, and he was like, "Hey, let's do something together." He was like, "Let's do a barbecue sauce." So we took a week and built a recipe and got it out there, and they put it in competitions. It's in different stores and restaurants, and it's done really well. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's
we
awesome.
didn't expect any notoriety from it, and Nick's one of his best friends' father used to be Wolfgang Puck's secondary chefs, and so Nick has a lot of great chef skills. Nick,
I just always love food.
So when we turned it in, he was like, "This is actually really amazing." He wasn't just saying that. He's like, "I just don't bullshit around," and so we didn't think anything of it because we didn't know they put it in some competitions, but it won a couple years back, 4th place by the National Grilling and Barbecue Association. Just 6 months ago, it won a 1st place in another major competition for best place using it like on pork sandwiches. Yeah. It won this other festival, Zest Fest, in 3rd place. So it's kind of second place. It's taken a life of its own, and it's also a great business to have. I mean, let alone music.
Yeah.
So
what's it called?
Bangin' Barbecue Sauce. You get it.
I love that.
Yeah, Walmart online or blackauctionmusic.com. But it's like in Shields online, different spots carry it in the country. So
that's so cool. I'm a huge barbecue fan, so I'm gonna go get it now and awesome. Test it out. Yeah,
for sure.
I love it.
So now you have this big hit that from a classic song from Butterfly, and you guys not only did your own cover of it in your own way, but you had Shifty himself join you on the song. How did that come about?
The way that it came about was we performed together 4 years ago, and he's like, "Hey, you guys have really great music. Let me give you my number." And he said that we're doing a big tour across Canada in 2019, and I'd like to take you guys as direct support. And there's 15 shows or whatever. So we did that, and we were just traveling, working together, doing these shows and having fun, getting to know each other. And he had, at that point, he thought it was really cool. We had a song with Tech Nine, and we worked with Danny Trejo and billboards. And he said, "I see he'd been following you guys." So he had followed us over, through COVID, through the next couple of years, and he saw we were still putting out music, still working hard, and everything was just continuing to grow at a great pace. So we had a podcast we started called the Inspiration Podcast, the Black Auction Inspiration Podcast. And we've had our friend Matt Sorm with Guns N' Roses on, Danny Trejo. And so we had him on, and
Shifty.
We had Shifty on, and he was at our spot, and he kind of teased in there about he's been, interested in someone to remake a more current version. He's had a lot of offers over the years to hop on him, but he hasn't felt the right moment to do it. So after that, we were hanging out, and then he said that that's the one gift in his life that God has really blessed him with, where he could still go anywhere in the world. And I thought he had said it was like platinum in 16 countries back in the day, but I remember he said it was number one in Billboard when it came out. But he said that still today, I mean, that's the song that keeps him alive, because he still gets paid every month off it. It's in movies and TV still. So he just said that he said, I'd like to give you guys that song, and then just I would like to hop on it with you guys so you could carry it on to the next generation. But when it came to making it, it was all the same vibe, because it's like our music has really moved to pop, and there's hip hop elements and stuff. There's also mainstream rock elements, but I'd say pop. And he said that if we're going to do it, he specifically wanted it to be pop for the new generation, for the new kids to love. And then same with the video. He's like, if we're going to do the video, he wanted to have at least one jungle scene room like in the original video.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put that out, and then it's only been whatever 3.5 months ago or something, and it has over 3.5 million views. And
yeah,
when it came out, it was number 12 on the US pop Apple Music. When you go to the app on there, above Taylor Swift and stuff. So he was really happy about it, and we were really. I was thankful to be given that gift, because you and I both know, like, that song is one song that I would say it's realistically one of the biggest songs in history. I mean, probably top couple hundred or 100. So
yeah.
You can throw a rock to pretty much anybody, and 7 people out of 10 are going to say, "Oh, I heard that chorus," because everyone just knows the words. So
yeah.
So to have that gift was very cool. And he's like, many people have hit him up over the years, and he just said, "You guys truly deserve it." And so I was like, man, I'm very humbled, and yes, we accept, let's do it. So we had a lot of fun doing that project, and I will be forever grateful for that gift, because not everyone gets a gift like that. And then after that came out, all of a sudden we've had different hits of our own and stuff, but after that it's like, okay, everyone is come calling, all the the Warner, the Universal, the Sony, everyone's offering these a major deal now. So we're actually in the process of picking one. We got all the contracts lined up, and we're looking at picking the best one here soon. Because we've been in the studio writing our best album we've ever done, called Last One Standing, and
3 months straight.
Yeah.
Every day, all day.
8 pieces of art on it. We've been working on it, and we've already sent it off, and they're like, well, this is amazing. So we're going to pick the best opportunity to roll with. And I can't wait for, this summer for the world to hear our new album and tour and everything like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a date on that yet? On the album?
There's not an official date, but we're going to be deciding here in this next month on the deal we're going to go with.
And then that'll determine.
Yeah. We've already said, they've already said, okay, well, we all really want you guys. What is it exactly that you want? We're willing to work with you guys. Because every one of them said, we look back through your stuff, and nowadays it's pretty clear. A lot of the labels, with music hard times, a lot of them have less staff and everything, and they don't develop artists. They want the done package. And they said, you already have the track record of hits on your own with past managers and past investors and stuff. We've built this thing like a machine. So you guys have the music videos, you've got albums, you've got a great presence on social media, great numbers. And they said, you've done the collabs, you are entrepreneurs, you have barbecue sauce. We just opened up a clothing line with a partner on Sunset Strip in LA.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they see a let alone the music, a big business future. So on their ends, I could see they're going to look at it like half music and half business. And that's something we have a lot of fun doing, because we're on point. You got to be on point in everything to make it work. You can't just one thing. You got to be a master of everything to make it. Because we've made it single, as far as we've made it, just with the two of us. We write, produce, mix everything, all of our music, everything. We build the graphics, the arts. Nick does it. I'll make the business calls. I mean, we've manage all of our, the future deals, the finance, everything all on our own. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
So they're like, that's really impressive, because the first thing when they heard the new album, they were said, "What studio did you guys do this? What producer?" And I said, "It was just two guys, two." And that's
Our home studio.
That's what I like about the chemistry is you're getting two organic chemistry out of two related brothers, and because we play all the instruments and everything on it.
Yeah. What is it like? I got to ask you, do you find it harder or easier that you are brothers and working together constantly? I feel like in some, and again, this is me talking for you, so correct me, but I feel like in some instances it's like beneficial, like you guys know each other like the back of your hands. But then I also feel like maybe you're more comfortable to butt heads too,
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of that, but realistically, it's like, we just have the ability to communicate so well because we've spent our whole lives together. It's like if there is a little bit of butting heads, I think that, we can let each other get away with more than we would someone else. But at the end of the day, it's just like, hey, I think that this should be this way. And it's like, oh, you really think that? Yeah. Okay, we'll change it. It's never, everything's cool. Everything's super easy. And at the end of the day, we know we're always working towards the same unified goal.
Yeah. At the end of the
that's
day,
what keeps it.
There's one goal. It's like to keep going to the top, and it's not about, money or fame or anything like that. The biggest point we want to make is to inspire the world. You could be whatever you want to be if you work hard enough. So it's like
it's pushing positivity.
Yeah, and everything. It's all about the best product, the best we could do. At the end of the day, it's like, I think if you go, a lot of people don't go the extra mile, but we're willing to go that extra mile, and that's why I wouldn't say it's luck. I would say it's because of hard work that doors keep opening. So it's been really neat to see a lot of the things open. And later in this October or November, there's going to be 30 days. We just did a deal to be in our first feature film. So
that's awesome.
A company that just actually brought us on. We did a contract with Gum Media Partners. If people look them up, they've done Stallone's Rambo: Last Blood, Nicolas Cage's Primal.
Wow.
Zoe Kravitz film, like 8 or 9 really big movies. And the producer, the president, he was like, "Hey, I love your guys' music. Let's put you guys in a movie. I see you guys in your videos. You could be movie stars. We can do this." So there's a full script. I can't say the name of it yet, but there's and I can't say the name of the major actors, but there's some major A-lists that are going to be there with us in the movie. And we're going to be filming it this October, November, 30 days, most likely in Louisiana. And they have us literally playing ourselves in the movie. It's a music thriller. And I was like, how often does that happen where someone gets to play themselves?
Yeah.
Because they just wrote it about these two music guys and so it's gonna be fun. It works out.
Yeah.
Fun. Just be yourself. We know your guys' personalities. The guy that wrote it knows us. And
sorry, there was a weird emoji that popped up when you did that.
They wrote us as ourselves, and I'm excited to do it. And I can't wait for that as well. So just a lot of things are on the up,
All right, and you said it's like a thriller, like it's horror, or
it's a music thriller.
Okay,
less than horror, but yeah, a thriller. It's sounding really, really cool right now.
Yeah, I'm a huge horror fan. I'm a huge music fan. I'm obviously a huge movie fan. So I'm always interested when musicians are built into a project. So like it's a project about two musicians. So I'm like, my ears are peaked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear more about that when you're allowed to talk about it.
Totally.
What is next? So you're going to be looking, you're going to be deciding on, which label, which is an incredible place to be in, by the way, to be able to say, we get to decide which label we want to go with. And you're going to be deciding that coming up soon. That'll lead to when you get a hard date for album. Yeah. And then are you going to tour with the release of the album, or you're going to tour, you're going to set the dates anyway?
And we've been talking with our legal team, and the next month we're going to pick the deal. We've got all the contracts lined up. And then from there, we've already said, hey, we want to release at this date. I don't want to say it because I don't want it to be a hard thing, but But I want it to come out during summer, and the main video to come out during summer, and then there are different shows to come from there as well, of different tour dates, and just I think that the summer is always like the coolest time to release music because people it's more sunny outside and
Yeah.
windows are
Out driving
down.
around. Yeah.
But that's really the plan. Is there's a big plan behind the release and all the marketing and ideas that I have for all the videos and stuff. And then from there, it'll kind of, this will be the busiest year of our entire life. And so then after this is done, we've got all this mapped out for all the video shoots and the making and all this stuff like that, an album. And then come time November, we'll have to train for this film about a month out. Then we'll shoot it for 30 days. And then everything will be on the up, and then we'll go in at the start of 2025 and cash in for the next bigger deal,
Absolutely. You mentioned luck. I always hate when people say to me, "Oh, you're so lucky," or whatever, like, because there's a bit of luck in it, but I feel like, and I don't think people say this on purpose, but like you're negating the hours and hours and hours that they don't see that we put into whatever it is we're doing, so it always bothers me personally when somebody's like, you're so lucky that you get to do that. No, bruh. I mean, a little bit of his luck, but I, slave over this. You know what I mean? Like you're sleeping and I'm on my laptop at 3 a.m., trying to think of or organize or whatever for the next month. So like,
just like iHeart is one of the coolest radio stations to be a part of in the world. You worked hard to get there.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And yes, there was a bit of luck in how I came to it. I didn't go to broadcasting school. I was doing videos, YouTube videos and podcasts and stuff. And I had done a series of Oprah's Life Class, a show that she had on OWN. I ended up doing like 6 episodes with her, which was that probably was luck that happened. But then from there, I decided, I want to keep doing content for millennials and make videos for self-improvement and stuff like that. And then I started interviewing celebrities where I would have long form conversations with them about their craft. And it wasn't so much as let's, hype up this latest project as that was a part of it, but it was more like, tell me about why you're an artist and what drives you and that sort of thing. And they started popping off. And then the opportunity came up with iHeart. And I'm like, are you sure you want to talk to me? Like, I didn't go to broadcasting school. I've never, didn't do college radio or anything. And they were like, yeah, like what you're doing with video and podcasting and all is, what we're looking to get into. And so, but then I came in here and the one thing I always say, I'm not the best at anything, but I will outwork anybody. And, I'm obviously generalizing there, but like, obviously there's tons of hardworking people here, but the one thing that I can control is how much I put in. You know what I mean? I can't control what somebody's reaction is going to be or if I'm going to get a deal or not, but I can control how many hours I put in and how much I put in, which is probably, as you guys know, kind of, with as much hands-on as you are in your careers, can also be a detriment sometimes because it's hard to turn it off, but but it's so important, I think it goes with many creatives that there's that side that people don't see, all the years that you've hustled, all the years that I'm making this up for you, but I've done free shows and to anybody that would listen to you or whatever to get where you are today, and that
it's all a journey.
I always feel like exactly. It's never an somebody said something about you're like an overnight success at iHeart. And I'm like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, overnight success for the last 15 years, maybe, if you're considering that overnight.
I could tell you're great too. Mm-hmm. You have great vibes. This is one of the favorite interviews I've done in a long time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I hate interviewing. And what I mean, I love talking to people. I hate interviewing. So like, I'm not the type who will, do cue cards and all that stuff. One, because I'm horrible at it. I'll be like, how did you like record it? It's like, that's so I generally only talk to people that I enjoy their work and I want to know more about them. And that's just more organic for me because I'm curious about what you're doing and why anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so I do love what I do. And similarly, I get that vibe from you guys that you're doing it because you love it. And whether you make $1 or $100 million, you'd be doing it anyway,
That's right. That's right. It's all about just the craft, making the music and all that stuff. I really enjoy the process from making the music, shooting the videos, making the, meeting great friends along the way. And it's all about, just, it's a good time. And, with you too, like with interviewing so many greats in the world, I was curious. One of my questions for you while we're on here was, who would you say was one of your like top most enjoyed interviews you've done? Like, I've seen you've done some really cool people. I checked you out before you hopped on here.
Oh, thanks. I've done like, so Robert De Niro. So I generally don't get nervous. Robert De Niro, I was nervous for, not because it's like, oh my God, it's Robert De Niro, which, oh my God, it's Robert De Niro. But I was nervous because before I went into the hotel, production had it set up in the hotel, in a hotel room. And before I went in, I had too much time to think before it was call time. And I'm like, oh God, like this is Robert De Niro. Like that wasn't good for me to have that idle time. Right. And so I started getting really nervous, and I was wearing Crocs because I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and I swore when I graduated that I was never wearing a tie and a suit coat and, all that again, except for weddings or funerals. And so far I've been able to stick to that. But so it's just me. So I'm wearing Crocs to interview Robert De Niro because I wear Crocs like everywhere, or slides or whatever. And he's like sitting like this, and he's, looking at me as I walk in. And I see he kind of looks at my shoes, and I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, he's probably thinking you're here to interview me, and you're wearing freaking Crocs. And so I kind of was like, oh, I wore and how Crocs have the you can like do the this. Yeah, sport modes. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm wearing my fancy Crocs for you. I was like, later, these will be my casual Crocs. And he started cracking up. And that kind of like just broke the ice for everything. And it ended up being an awesome interview. So, I mean, that was huge for me professionally and as a big movie fan. Mike Posner, who I absolutely love, and I've gotten to spend a lot of time with him. I went to do a couple of days with him on his walk across America. And he came and we did a 45-minute long form interview about his entire career and life. And that is probably my favorite interview because of how real I feel like he was. How nitty gritty we got into being just a creative, and he's so honest and truthful and wears his heart on my sleeve. Like I feel I do, that we just had such a great connection that's probably my favorite interview. Probably my favorite.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
How about for you guys? You've been interviewed by tons of people. What's been your favorite besides obviously me? I mean,
we've had a lot of great interviews. It's, to be totally honest, there's been so many. Yeah, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. I just know that in real time, this is one that I really enjoy, and that makes me think too about interviews. Is like to everyone because a lot of people will see this. Everyone that's watching this too. I want to let everyone know in the world that we appreciate you checking out the new Butterfly and
for sure
keep watching it up, streaming it up, and there's like all types of new merchandise on blackauctionmusic.com. We just did a clothing deal with this spot, the embroidery studio in Sunset. This guy designs for like Taylor Swift and a lot of these big icons. And he's like, I see you guys are going up. I'd like to be a part of your journey. So he backed awesome. The clothing line, and he does like these really high end clothing fashion pieces. He was, like 2 months ago, he like, we started working on this really deeply after talking about it. And we got a few pieces dropped for the Butterfly. So that was another dream come true really of Nick's, because Nick's always loved fashion,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and did you ever think when you guys started out, like not only would you be doing music, but a clothing line, these awesome videos with some incredible artists, doing a song blessed by the man himself, doing a kind of reimagining of a classic song, a actual movie, and barbecue sauce. I mean, did you ever imagine in your head like this is what that's going to look like?
I never imagined like an exotic clothing line. I never imagined a barbecue sauce. I never knew the barbecue sauce at all. That was totally random in real time. And, and then they came up, and then there's a cool factory where it's produced in the Midwest, like just going to see it even. And then, all these other things that come from it. It's just really the blessing, the cherry on top, like the blessing.
Yeah.
But it's all a very special thing to, part of it. And I always did know just since I was a kid somehow in some way that I was going to be in a movie, because I love watching movies. I'll watch movies all the time if I'm free. It's always inspiring to, like The Dark Knight with Christian Bale, like the Joker, that acting in there that's my favorite movie still today.
Yeah, it's one of my tops. It's so good.
Yeah. But we did our acting training and everything for 2 years and behind the scenes in his school. And we, you learn all these techniques and, how to get to the dark places and how to, practice the script correctly and everything like that. So, behind the scenes, we really put in our work. It's just, we've had different opportunities, but, you want to present yourself in the best way possible. So it's like when this film came up and they said, okay, well, you're not going to be the 50th on the call sheet. You're not going to be an extra walking in the back of the cafeteria. I mean, you guys are going to be like in the top 4 actor leads in this, and there's you guys with these other stars. So it was the perfect opportunity. So to like sign off and be like, okay, because that'll just bring in more and more opportunities and do magic.
I love it. David, Nick, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for speaking with me. I'm excited for, everything. It's like you guys keep hitting peaks and then you go to the next higher peak. It's an enjoyable ride to watch. I love the song. I love the success for you. And I'm going to come see you when hopefully you'll hit Philly this summer.
Sounds great.
Awesome,
Sounds great.
Man.
Look forward to kicking in person sometime. So
absolutely.
Absolutely. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Black Oxygen. David and Nick are amazing. Such great guys. I really am going to go see them when they perform on tour this summer. We've got all their links in the show notes. I can't wait to get their barbecue sauce, too. I love me some barbecue sauce. So there you have it. Black Oxygen. Love those boys. All right, we're going to take a break to pay the bills from our advertisers. Stay with me, and I'll see you in 60 seconds. All right, welcome back. Thanks for letting us pay the bills. We love our advertisers. They allow me to continue bringing great interviews with people like Black Oxygen and Caleb Landry Jones to you, and then you and I get to talk about it on social. So thank you for that. So I talked a bit about Dogman at the top of the show and, what it's about. I talk with the stars of Dogman, including Caleb and Jojo. So Caleb is, besides an actor, is also a musician, but he played Banshee in X-Men First Class. Jeremy and Get Out, love that. Red in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He played Caleb in The Last Exorcism, which I loved. He was in The Florida Project as Jack, which, I was a very early supporter of The Florida Project back when that came out. I talked with the filmmakers behind it and, of course, some of the stars, and love that unique film. In his latest, he is starring in Dogman as Douglas. So I talked to him as well. Oh, and he was in the Twin Peaks edition, Twin Peaks The Return or whatever, as Steven, which I at some point I want to do a whole episode or 2 on Twin Peaks because wow. But anyway, so there's Caleb, and then Jojo T. Gibbs She plays Hattie, the lead role in the series 20s on BET. And now she stars in Dogman as Evelyn, and she has a very interesting and juicy role. So I'm excited to talk to them. Let's get right into it. Caleb Landry Jones and Jojo T. Gibbs. First of all, thank you both for speaking with me. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Kyle.
Of course, I love the film. It is powerful, crazy. I love it. For both of you, what drew you to Dogman?
Luc Besson and 123 dogs.
And how about for you, Jojo?
Well, I got the audition really hastily, and I read it real quick and saw, of course, Luc Besson, and then I saw Caleb's name, and I was like, hell yeah! Like, I definitely hope I get this role. And yeah, that's all it took for me, really.
For Caleb, you both are incredible actors, and you both do incredible performances in the film. Jojo, you play the therapist that is kind of bringing out this story, and Caleb, you play the person who is, telling their story. And I mean this with 100% love and as a compliment, Caleb, but your performance is batshit insane in an amazing way. What is it like to play a character who is so complex and layered and insane in so many ways?
I'm focused on the little things, like one foot in front of the other foot. As soon as I start thinking about it, kind of emotionally or with any real intellectual, anything, I start to get away from something. But so Luc gave me a lot of things to kind of get in my head and to play with and spend time with. And so I was doing those a lot. I was doing all those things. And then we would shoot the film, but it wasn't until Jojo arrived, and we'd never met each other. And Luc kept us separate when she arrived. And so the first scene we did, we hadn't met each other, but the way Jojo's playing Evelyn, what Evelyn is in the film for Douglas, what he's able to share because of who she is really because of her as an actor and as the character, but. And this got into, I feel like this is where the discovery, if any discovery happened for myself or something, there was something that happened in these 3 days with Jojo over this time where, you're right. Well, what about guilt? Well, guilt is da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Who cares? Da-da-da. And I found myself reasoning and not reasoning and Evelyn saying some things that would, okay, that's tough. You're right. But is it murder? No, it's not murder. But maybe it is. And it was nice to be confronted suddenly with these things, because I don't think Douglas is in the way that we are as an audience. Judging him based on his actions. Sorry, that was a little convoluted and a little.
No, I love it, and I think it speaks to the complexity of the character and of the film. Thank you both so much for speaking with me. I can't wait for everybody to see.
Listen, you guys and me keep talking. Shoot, I need a resume boost.
Have a great day.
Letter of recommendation.
Caleb Landry Jones and Jojo T. Gibbs. Dogman is out right now. You got to see it. It is incredible. It is batshit insane. That's all I could say. I don't know how else to describe it, but it is amazing. Luc Besson never fails to amaze and make incredible art. Black Oxygen, too. You can check out all of their info on the show notes. Let me know what you think of Black Oxygen. Let me know what you think of Dogman. And, of course, my interviews. Send your hate mail and your love mail and your comments to whatever it is you're watching or consuming, listening to, whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's talk pop culture. We got some great stuff coming up next time as well. So I'll see you then. I love you. See you next week. We out.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
Dogman, baby, sugar, baby. A dogman, the dogman, a baby. You're my doggy man, sugar, baby.